Yo, what's up, guys? Tough loss for the Raptors tonight. One of the worst losses of the season by far, getting absolutely manhandled by the Charlotte Hornets tonight, losing 111-86, guys. Man, oh man, was this a difficult game for the Raptors or what, guys? One of those games tonight, 5 games in 7 nights, and you could see the fatigue and the Raptors played tonight. Now, the Raptors started off this game great. They won the first quarter 24-18. Played some really good ball in that first quarter. They were moving the ball while making their shots. But then in that second quarter, my God, it got very ugly very quickly. Charlotte was able to get into the bonus early in the second quarter, drawing a lot of fouls, getting to the free throw line a lot. Like LaMelo Ball had 10 points in that second quarter. You also had Kalkbrenner, who had 8 in the first quarter alone. So Charlotte was really making it difficult for the Raptors in this game to start off. And the Raptors offensively tonight, wow, man, they were absolutely putrid tonight from not only mid-range, down low, three-pointer, just everything. The Raptors were just not clicking tonight on any cylinder, guys. It was just one of those games tonight. Charlotte played great defense. Don't get me wrong. They played some great defense, especially on Brandon Ingram, doubling them when they had to, being physical. It was one of those games. Charlotte did exactly what they did no less than a week ago against the Raptors. And Charlotte clearly has the formula to be the Raptors' kryptonite this year because they have absolutely spanked the Raptors the last 2 games. Sure, the Raptors won that first meeting, a tight affair. Of course, we had to have 2 blocks by Ingram and Barnes to give the Raptors an opportunity to win that game, of course. And then after, the game last week, you don't score the last 5 minutes of the game. Charlotte absolutely dominated you. And they didn't even have Colin Sexton tonight, who was an absolute thorn on their side in the game a week ago, no less than a week ago, guys. He had 16 points off the bench, and he didn't even play tonight. And it still wasn't enough for the Raptors to find a way to win this game. Kneppel, man, this kid's impressive. 21 points tonight. He is a really nice young player. The kid out of Duke, he could shoot the ball, drive the lane. Solid defender as well. This kid here is going to be a very, very good NBA player for years to come, guys. So Charlotte did a lot of good things in this game. They went on like a 17-2 run in that second quarter. Dominated the Raptors in that second quarter, guys. They outscored the Raptors 35-18 in that second quarter. They did the same bloody thing in the fourth, 33-16, even worse than the second quarter. Charlotte was just the better team tonight, guys. The Raptors, like I said, look tired. 5 games in 7 nights, like I mentioned. Raptors had won 8 in a row at home. Now they've lost 2 straight at home. They've hit a bit of a wall, I think, guys. They look tired tonight. Ingram looked tired. Not only tonight, he looked tired. Last night against the Lakers as well. He only shot 3 for 13, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 3 for 13, Brandon Ingram, with only 7 points and 9 rebounds. Just not a good affair tonight for the Raptors. Scotty only had 13 points on 31 minutes. They wasted Emmanuel Quickley's night tonight. He had 31 points, 11 of 22 for shooting after he had a quiet night the night before against the Lakers with only 13. Quickly has a great offensive output, but it comes in a losing affair. Just really frustrating, and the bench tonight was horrendous as well tonight, guys. Just horrendous. Jamal Shed with 9 points on 21 minutes. Grady Dick, 20 minutes, 4 points. Murray Boyle, 7 points on 19 minutes. Sandro Malikashvili, 3 points on 15. Jamison Battle, who left the game with an ankle injury, had 3 points on 14 minutes. Garrett Temple only played 6. Mobile played 3. Those guys played in garbage minutes, guys. But just not a good game tonight. Jacoby Walter, who started, only had 2 points in 24 minutes. He had some open shots, some open layups. Didn't show enough conviction to make his shots. Dunked the ball, going for layups instead. Need to see a little bit more conviction from Jacoby Walter, if you guys ask me there. Jakob Poeltl didn't do very much tonight, even though he played on the second night of a back-to-back, of course. And he did not do much tonight. Kalkbrenner made a mess tonight. Jakob almost had 3 early fouls in the game, but one was awarded to Scotty instead of him. But it didn't really matter, guys, in this game. Charlotte was just shooting the ball lights out in that second half, especially. Played some solid defense. They had like 6 guys in double figures. You had Bridges with 15 after having 35 last week. Yeah, Knippel, like I mentioned, with 21. Kalkbrenner with 12. LaMelo had 11 before he left the game with an ankle injury. I hope he's okay because I love LaMelo Ball. I've been following LaMelo since He was a teenager at Chino Hills with him and his brothers, so I followed him through his Lithuania years, in Australia as well. I watched his show Ball in the Family, so I have a little bit of a personal connection with LaMelo Ball, watching him, and following him through his career. So I hope he's okay. He's had a lot of injuries, and he hasn't been having a great start to the year, of course. And on top of it all, him being paid the money he's been paid, it hasn't paid dividends to the Charlotte Hornets. So I hope LaMelo's okay. You had Miller with 12 and 29. You had Saliun, who had 21 points in 22 minutes. He was a real thorn in the Raptors side. He was 6 of 8 from the field. So he was really good off the bench for the Hornets. The Hornets got a lot of production from a lot of players today. Like I mentioned, no Sexton as well. So imagine if he was playing as well. This game could have even gotten uglier for the Raptors. But shooting-wise, the Raptors were just horrible, like I mentioned. 37% from the field, 34 of 92 from the field, 31% from 3, 9 of 29. Just brutal. Free throws, 9 of 13. Only 13 free throw attempts. Weren't getting to the hole enough, guys. Not drawing enough fouls. Only 69% from the free throw line, guys. Not good enough. Raptors got out-rebounded 60-48. They got out-assisted 26-19. Steals were 14-12. Turnovers, a bloody again. 20 turnovers. Charlotte had 24, and we had 20, and we still got killed. That's not good enough, man. Being careless with the basketball. Defense collapsed a shit ton tonight, especially on threes. It was an ugly game tonight, guys. Sure, the Raptors, okay, they had 20 fast break points more than Charlotte had 16, but it was just a horrendous affair tonight. The Raptors have to play the Celtics on Sunday at 3:30. So Coach Dirk already said it, that get away from the court for a day, recharge, regenerate, because 5 games in 7 nights, like I mentioned, it's a lot of ball for the Raptors. It's a lot of basketball. You got 2 tough opponents coming up in the Celtics and Knicks in the NBA Cup. So those are not easy games on top of it all, guys. It was one of those performances tonight by the Raptors that they looked tired. Charlotte knew what to do with the Raptors after what they did a week ago, guys. It was a frustrating game. Everything was going against the Raptors tonight. You just got to put it away. But I will say this, though. I'm seeing some habits that I'm not liking. The Raptors are going on long stretches offensively where they're flat, they're stagnant. Their defense has let up too many points during those stagnated runs on offense. So it's becoming a little bit of a pattern. Of course, ever since RJ Barrett got hurt, we're really missing RJ. For him going day to day, for him being week to week, it's very frustrating. That knee there of his needs to heal up a little bit quicker, because the Raptors are obviously missing his scoring, guys. It is really affecting this team offensively. But let's see how the Raptors do against the Celtics on Sunday. It was just one of those games, guys, tonight you got to put away. But these habits that they've been having recently, got to nip these in the bud immediately. Start making their shots. Start playing tighter defensively. They haven't looked very cohesive on the defensive side of the ball as of late. Just biting on a lot of fakes, jumping a lot. It hasn't looked good, to say the least, guys. So let's hope to God the Raptors can play better on Sunday against the Celtics. Hopefully they play well in the NBA Cup. You're 1-2 on this homestand so far. Not a great record, of course, after having 8 consecutive wins as well, like I said. So let's see how the Raptors play on Sunday, guys. So comment if you guys like. If you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Raptors, go as always, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Raptors Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.